Alright, so we left off at the rock crabs, and here are my stats. So I got to 30 and 30 and then decided that that was a great point to stop. I only ran into one guy who seemed to be a bot or something because he kind of ran around aimlessly for 20 or so minutes. He still was outside my combat bracket though. I think he was in the high 40s. So I wasn't too worried, but I did keep an eye on everything while I was doing this. I have a lot of goals this episode. One of my main goals is to work towards getting adamant armor and then eventually going to hill giants. That's hopefully going to be something in the immediate future here, because that would allow me to get some big bones, which would allow me to start getting those prayer levels, which are really going to prove invaluable as I progress into the higher tiers of combat, especially against PvPers, because right now 40 combat I'm going to deal with probably other obby maulers, but ones with a very high strength. And then I'll also maybe deal with some pure ranged, low level pure ranged right now, so I'm not too worried. Although I could get Dark Bow spec'd right out very easily, so I definitely have to play everything very carefully still. But right now I'm going to go head over to the silk stalls and start getting some silk and then sell that back to the silk vendor. And that should bring me in a good chunk of money, and then I will go from there and go to all of the places I can get Addy armor, which I have not really looked into quite yet, but while I'm thieving from the silk stalls, I'm going to be looking at all the places I can get that armor. So with that being said, welcome to the Obsidian Journey, episode 2. Alright, so I just ran into this guy who is apparently also a hardcore Ironman in a PvP world. So shout out to the dumbass hardcore. Hopefully I see you again soon, and hopefully you're not in my combat bracket and aggressive towards me. That would be nice. Alright, so here we are coming up on 25 thieving. I'm going to go ahead and give it a break from taking the silk, and I need to wait 30 to 60 minutes before I can resell this back to the silk merchant. So in that time, I'm going to go ahead and walk over to the warrior woman that's over by the RD Zoo and pickpocket her until I can sell that and see how much profit I can turn doing that. So that's my plan, and then after that I'm going to figure out what I can get as far as upgrades with however much gold I have. Alright, so I just completed the about 40 minutes or so of thieving from warriors. I'm going to go try to sell the silk, but before I do that actually, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the cake stall and kind of get a good supply of cake going, because right now I have 59, which isn't going to last me much longer once I hit to hill giants, because when I get to hill giants they're going to be hitting a lot harder on me, and I'm just really going to need a better supply of food. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 inventories or so at the bake stall. I mean, now we have 3.2k cash before we sell the silk, which is pretty solid. So hopefully the silk will give us a lot of money, and I just looked at the wiki and I saw that I can get a Addy full helm from the barbarian village. I can get an Addy chain body from, I believe, Falador, and Addy plate legs from Alcard. So I'm going to go ahead and do that as an upgrade, and that should help me tank hill giants without an issue. With the thieving of cakes, and I'm going to move on to Draenor Village right now before I buy the armor, because I need something semi-AFK to do right now as I'm kind of busy. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, I didn't even bring food. Okay. Well, so I guess I died. I'm actually really sad about that. I didn't even realize that was PvP. I thought it became PvP outside of the castle grounds. So, yeah. Alright, so at first I was kind of shocked. I mean, you could probably hear my voice. I'm pretty upset about this. I already died on it. I mean, I barely got anywhere with it. I'm going to continue on the account though in a PvP world, and as I said before, I will lose notable items. I'm just going to drop all these and then half of everything I have. So I'll cut back to a new clip of me showing you everything I'm about to lose, which really sucks, and I'm really upset that I can't continue as a hardcore, but unfortunately I did not know that the PvP extended to that area, so I wasn't prepared for that. I was actually going to wait at the gate entrance in the back to make sure there wasn't anybody out there, and then make a run to Draenor to bank and grab food. And I also didn't even realize I didn't have any food at all. I thought I had a couple of cakes still, but alright, so that's that, I guess. If you guys want me to just start a new account and start a new idea and just scrap this completely, let me know. That can be done too. Or if you want me to keep going, give me some positive feedback so that I have the motivation to continue on. Alright, so here's all of the items that I'll be losing. That's 11k GE value worth of shit. It's really upsetting to see all the silk go. It's 70 silk and 46 cakes. Those are the real big ones, and also the gold, of course, I spent a while trying to get from Warrior Women, but I think I might actually keep this death mechanic to where if I die, I do lose half of everything, and I will, of course, stay in a PvP world. So that should spice it up a bit still, because this does suck. This is horrible, and I'm barely into the account. I can't even imagine losing half of what I have later on in the account. But let's drop them all. Rip. Fishing. So I'm in a little bit of a better mood now. So I got to 20 fishing and I got to 25 cooking here. Now I'm going to finish up, cook the rest of this stuff, and then go knock out 20 agility at the Draenor rooftop course. And that'll also boost my bank value with the Marks of Grace, which is nice, but not really vital to the account until I can get all of them, which won't be for a very long time. After I get that 20 agility, I'm probably going to go ahead and start gathering the armor, because I need to get to Hill Giants ASAP so that I can get more tanky here, and also get the overhead prayers, because once I have the overhead prayers, it will be so much easier to tank. So much. Like, I'm definitely rushing towards those at this point. So, with that said, let's go knock out that agility. Alright, so here is 20 agility. I knocked it out pretty quick. Agility's really quick in the early levels. So I calculated it out, and I'm going to need 3,315 big bones to go from my current prayer level to 43 for protect from melee. That's a lot of hill giant kills. I don't know if I'm going to grind all of those out right this second, but it's definitely something I'd like to do. I'm contemplating the wilderness altar, but that is incredibly risky, and I really don't want to lose half of my items again. So I'm probably going to at least start off doing hill giants. I know I'm going to need a lot more food. I definitely need the armor. I don't have the money for the armor anymore, so I'm going to have to come up with some way to make that money back for the armor. I know I still have a bunch of silk to sell, so I'll probably head back to Artie and maybe even get some more silk, or start pickpocketing warrior women, since that's good XP, and then I can get a few thieving levels, because my next notable thieving level that will give me something of essence to the account would probably be maybe even guards at this point. Rogues are too far in the wilderness. Master farmers just give seeds. That's locked behind a quest, so I think it's just guards next. Yeah, so 10 more levels and I'll get guards, and I'll be able to pickpocket them, which will lead to more profit for sure. So I'm probably going to go back to Artie and just do some thieving. I might even pick up some more cakes while I'm down there, since I lost half of those. Are you kidding me? I ran into this guy. He just outed me on food now, so I might die here again. Oh no. Whoa, oh my god. Oh my god. 2 HP'd. Fuck that guy. So that is the exact reason that I need to get better food and more defense. I also need to work on getting some mage defense gear for tanking people like that, especially at these lower levels, because he should have killed me. I had only 3 cakes. He had water blast, which was hitting massive on me. If I had mage defense gear, I would have had a better chance of tanking that. Even though my magic level's low, I would have at least had a little bit of mage defense, but at least I didn't die. So I'm heading to the warrior women in Varrock because I can just steal from them, just pickpocket them there, and try to get up to the, I need around 12k or so, and then I'll be able to go and buy all my pieces of Addy equipment. Alright, so I hit 32 thieving here, and I also I'm almost 33, and then I also hit 4.5k cash stack. I'm gonna take a break because I need something that's more AFK, so I'm gonna knock out these 190 feathers at the fly fishing spot in the barbarian village. Before I do that though, I'm going to have to run down to Port Sarum and pick up a fly fishing rod, which I totally forgot to pick up while I was down there. So I'm gonna head down to Port Sarum, grab that, maybe buy a couple extra feathers too, because I really need to get up to a higher tier food. If I could get like tuna or lobster at this point, that would be so much better. I would really have a much higher survivability rate. Just based on that last scare of that mage that just happened a little while ago, I am just being extra cautious about everything. Alright, so here we are, 35 fishing, almost out of feathers, so it was perfect timing because that is the goal I was trying to hit. Now I can fish tuna, so I will be doing that in Catherby, but right now I think I'm going to go start getting the money together for the Addy gear, so I can get started on the Hill Giant grind. So I sold all of the silk that I had, and I am currently going to be thieving from the warrior women for an additional, I think 3k-ish. Because if I get 3k, I will be able to buy the mithril plate legs, the adamant chain body, and the adamant full helm, which would give me the pretty decent defense bonuses for hill giants. And if I wanted to save up for the Addy legs, I'd have to wait an additional like 2k because they're 1.5k or so more than the mithril ones. So right now I'm just concerned with getting mithril and Addy combined, and then I also need to rebuy a weapon. And I'm still kind of looking into what my best option would be, and if it is indeed the iron scimitar or if there's something better. But I think that I'm probably going to have to just go with the iron scimitar again, which is good because that's really cheap. So that's where we're at right now. Alright, so wow, I actually didn't realize it, but it's actually a 3.8k discrepancy between Addy and myth plate legs, so I'm definitely glad I just went with myth because it's a lot cheaper. So right now I'm gathering all of the gear I need. I'm going to go grab an iron simi again, and then I have to go to Barbarian Village for the helmet, and then Falador for the chain, because I can't, like, chain's probably the best one I can use. Addy chain, and then I will do a minigame teleport to probably Castle Wars and do the Hill Giants that are near the Castle Wars area, because those seem to be the safest. I rarely see people over there. So I will also have a lot of extra food, and I'll make sure to be extra careful there because I do not want to die again. Alright, so here we are. I have my full armor now. This is really exciting. So I still have a wooden shield, unfortunately, but that'll change soon. So I also have all these defensive bonuses now, plus 100 crush. I'm pretty sure that's what Hill Giants use, so that will help me a lot. And now, yeah, I'm just gonna go camp out Hill Giants for a while near here and see how far we can get. I mean, this is gonna get my stats up quick, and I also need these overhead prayers to really prosper, because that will allow me to start in the Tazar caves. I'll be able to try to tackle the Tazar Kets to get the Abi Maul, which will be the best weapon I can get after I can get 60 strength. So it turns out I can't handle Hill Giants. I've been here for, I believe, 8 minutes or so, and I've killed 2. So I think what I need to do is actually move back to rock crabs and AFK grind out some more stats there until I can actually get high enough stats to hit these more often. My attack's 1, so I'll always hit pretty inaccurately, but I know if I get my strength up, I'll at least hit more when I do hit. So I think the goal is to run over, grind out maybe 20 more strength levels, which is going to take a while, but in the end it's worth it. I need to get that anyways. And the closer I get to 40 combat means I can start Slayer, because I'd like to start with Vanaka instead of having to do all my tasks through Turiel. So I just came up with a new idea while I was recording that last clip. I've just been still sitting here, I haven't moved yet. But I'm thinking if I do Wilderness Slayer, that's going to be one of the best things I can do, because the mysterious emblems that I get from that will actually sell for 30k a piece. So that'll give me Slayer XP, that'll give me Slayer points, and that will also get me mysterious emblems, which will get me a ton of money. Because when I did it on my other accounts, I used to get them quite frequently, and 30k is a lot of money on this account, especially at this stage of the account. So I think that's probably going to be the best plan. At first I was kind of concerned with how dangerous that's going to be, because I will be on a PvP world and that scales it up to where almost any level can attack me at the high levels, but I mean, I think I'll be alright. I don't think it'll be too bad, as long as I try to avoid high level tasks as much as possible, like our high wilderness tasks. So like fire giants, I don't even know if I can do those anyways, just because I don't have any safe spottable things. So really I'm going to have to hope for tasks that I can actually do without safe spotting, which is going to be brutal. But if I can get a couple of good tasks, I can get a lot of money, and that will help me a lot in getting gear upgrades and also getting some Slayer points and Slayer levels. So I think that's going to be it for this episode, and the next episode is where I'm going to start doing that Wilderness Slayer, hopefully, as long as I don't get a weird task. But that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great one.